Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the week ending the 3rd of February 2024. An Afghan man carried out his evil plan and then ran. Brianna was killed for being trans. Her killers now damned to the slam. Biden does what he can to show he won't stand for Iran killing Americans, but needs to avoid another Afghanistan or Vietnam. Nicola in a COVID jam. Sinner wins his first slam. For Bazball we say Wham Bam, thank you ma'am. Being a refugee cannot be easy. But pity is spared for the likes of Abdul Yazidi. He came to Britain on a lorry in 2016. A lorry, of course, means it was unlawful means. Most who make such death-defying decisions bring good to our country, not imposition. But Yazidi is one of those bad apples who leave many decent Brits trying to grapple with how a guy who we seem to treat well could turn part of London into a scene from hell. It was on Wednesday when his evil deed was done, not with a knife, not with poison, not with a gun. An attack with a more malevolent aim, not meant to kill but designed just to maim. A chemical in the face intended to disfigure. Now a woman faces years of pain and stigma. Her 2 kids are in hospital with their mum, attacked by Yazidi before he went on the run. Bystanders tried to bring the frenzy to a halt and became collateral damage from the assault. A year before this horrible crime in Clapham, another vicious attack in Britain happened. 2 teenagers lured a 16-year-old trans girl, deciding she had no right to live in this world. They stabbed her 28 times with a knife, driven by deep hatred to end her life. Before their crime, they'd been indoctrinated by the dark web's power to engender hatred. To them, a duty to humanity was being served. Brianna was trans and got what she deserved. On Friday, the judge released their names, giving them 15 seconds of infamous fame. Scarlett Jenkinson and Eddie Ratcliffe now doing time, 42 years in total for their hideous crime. On Sunday in Jordan, 3 US servicemen died, killed by an Iranian drone, which Iran has denied. Biden bided his time, but on Friday hit back 85 targets struck in Syria and Iraq. And on Saturday, British and US planes showed off their firepower against the Houthis again. We're told by experts Iran doesn't want war, but where this will end no one knows for sure. On Tuesday in Northern Ireland, the DUP agreed to partake in the National Assembly. Tweaks to the Windsor framework, it seems, eventually gave Jeffrey Donaldson sufficient security. The 2-year parliamentary paralysis means the to-do list is now a massive list. For the first time, the First Minister is a nationalist. Sinn Féin's the biggest party, which may be the catalyst for this saga to be ended by the addendum of a reunification referendum. So Stormont was back down to business Saturday, Michelle O'Neill as First Minister holding sway. Last week, when the first test in India was beginning, all smart money was on the home side winning, and when they'd both completed an innings, the India spinners had England spinning. 190 runs behind there appeared no hope. Then came 196 from Ollie Pope, followed by 7 for 56 from rookie Tom Hartley, enticing more heroes to come to the party. and on Sunday by just 28 runs, England's unlikely win had the cricket world stunned. Bazball played according to Ben Stokes' law, put Hyderabad 24 into cricket folklore. And on the same day, a new Aussie Open winner, another great sports comeback, this time Yannick Sinner. Medvedev 2 sets up, then ran out of steam as Sinner achieved his Grand Slam dream. On Wednesday, Jamie Dawson, KC, probed Sturgeon. At the COVID inquiry, he had Nicola squirming. In Edinburgh, he quizzed her for a whole working day to see if Scotland's COVID response was okay. Was she speaking with the forked tongue of a reptile? Were the tears suppressed, those of a crocodile? Or was Nicola Sturgeon's performance for real? You can take your choice, feel what you feel. But she did seem like a rat snapped in a trap when she explained away her deleted WhatsApps. She said it was official government advice to clear sensitive stuff from her personal device. She always weighs her words before they are said, but on Wednesday they appeared to be made of lead, dragging them out in a stutter and a stammer with tangled sentences and mangled grammar. During the pandemic she'd brought calm and order while Boris bumbled and stumbled south of the border. But Jamie grilled her, putting her on the spot, and Sturgeon, the cold fish, became quite hot. Her aura now appeared not quite so awesome, filleted for 7 hours by Mr. Dawson, picking the bones out of the words she said and having the spaces between her lines read. But at the end of the day, some things stayed unclear, and not just why her WhatsApps disappeared. Were the calls she made for the health of her nation also perhaps for political considerations? Relations with Boris Johnson were always fraught whenever new COVID rules had been brought, as if a fight with Downing Street was being fought, grounds for an independent Scotland being sought. Point scoring for separatism, perish the thought.